So let's talk Wordle. I've developed a way to enhance your experience with the Wordle game, a way to game the game, so to speak. I win every time, so far. I win fast, and I don't have to cheat, meaning I don't have to look up solutions outside of the game. So this is how I do it, and a short version first. I use these 4 words right out of the gate and in order and for specific reasons: charm, fling, doubt, and spooey. In short, these 4 words have 5 unique letters each, or 20 letters out of the 26, or almost 77% of the total in the English language alphabet. But it gets better. The 20 letters in these 4 words represent almost 97% of the frequency of all letters that occur in the English language. Now let me put that in a different way. These 4 words will provide you with about a 97% chance of getting all the letters you'll need to solve the puzzle by, at the most, line 5. It gives you lines 5 and 6 to solve Wordle. Easy cheesy, fast and easy, and without cheating. And I usually get the daily puzzle solved in about a minute. And you can too. So go ahead, give it a try. Go for it. But a helpful tip here too, if you get all 5 letters before the 4th word, of course, stop there and start deducing. Okay, so let's get started. Our 4 words are going to be charm, C-H-A-R-M. A little slow here. You can use the keyboard in front of your computer too if you want to. Got 1 letter. And then next one is fling. I'm going to type that in a little bit quicker. It's quicker on the keyboard. Oh, get nothing here. So after fling, we're going to have some doubts. So D-O-U-B-T, enter. There we go, we got 2 more, and then our last one is going to be spooey. Okay, there we go. We got 4 letters. It starts with an S, so we're going to go ahead and type in S. Now's the time to think here. And S and D don't go together, but something else may, so you got to consider 2 things. Maybe a double letter in here, or go ahead and pick from some of the obscure letters we have down here, the Q, the Z, the X, the J, or the K. It could be K, S-K-U-A-D. Squad, no, but S-Q-U-A-D. So let's go ahead and back that up. S-Q-U-A-D, and see how that works. Bang! Bing, bing, bing. We're a winner today. So Wordle comes but once a day. So if you need to practice this little scheme, then try the Wayback Machine. This is a real fun way to practice. It starts back in the days of the game's obscurity back in mid-October. And don't forget to donate to this organization too. So how did I get these words and these wild claims of mine? Well, here we go. Let me show you. Okay, well, it all started with the February 18th game, where the word dodge was the answer. Remember that one? Well, I didn't get that one. And after winning about 60 straight games, never losing, I lost it. Ruined my day. It was very disturbing. And after the second line, I had O-D-G-E. I just needed to guess the first letter. And I felt pretty confident about that because I had 4 tries to get it. So after Lodge, I tried Wodge, Podge, and Modge, and to my horror, I still lost. I didn't consider that D was a double letter. So you got to consider that too. And that's what started all this. So remember in a favorite game from years ago called Mastermind. It's similar to Wordle, however it uses colored pegs instead of letters. These pegs are arbitrarily placed, at least at the very beginning of the game, and then you get clues from your opponent. It's a 2-player game, and they will let you know if you have a correct color peg and a correct color peg in the right location. So looking back, if one could just take all the potential letters for the unknown first position of Odge and make a fake word out of it, like a series of arbitrary colors in Mastermind, then you could just select the highlighted letter and win the game. But nope, can't do that. But let me show you how I came up with my method to get around that, and it's just like Mastermind. So this is what you do. You have 6 tries to deduce the winning word, and there's no penalty for taking all 6 tries. But consider this, instead of hoping to get 3 or 4 letter positions correct in the first few lines, and then guessing the rest using the remaining letters, why not use words consisting of all unique and the most used letters in 3, 4, or 5 lines? I found 4 words works best. 3 did not yield a whole lot, and 5 just didn't leave you enough. You only left you 1 line to deduce. But 4 words covers most of the alphabet with 2 lines left to deduce, which so far has been enough. To find the most used letters, I found a website called lexico.com. After a short and informative read, the second table, derived from the Oxford Dictionary, was most useful. I then took this information and worked it into Excel. Okay, so I took this table and I put it into Excel. But let's talk about the percentages over here before we move further. So if you look at the very top, the most frequent letter is going to be the letter E, followed by A, R, and I. It's got a percent chance of that frequency happening if you were to look at the written word somewhere. And you're more likely going to see an E more than anything else. In fact, if you picked out 9 letters randomly out of anything that's been written, there's a pretty good chance you're going to see an E in that. But if you go all the way down to the bottom of the list, Q has got a 0.2% representation. Same with the J, which implies that you'd have to look at 500 letters before you actually have a pretty good chance of seeing J or Q in those letters. So, with that said, you want to make sure that in Wordle that you want to choose the most frequent letters possible in order to put your words together, because you're more likely going to get a hit for a letter that you're trying to guess at. So what that does is the first 20 letters ends down here at W, and we're going to leave behind a K, V, X, Z, J, and Q. So if you look at Excel, this is exactly what it did. It separated vowels, put them on top. There's E with 11.2% or 11.1607, followed by A, I, O, and so on and so forth. And then the most popular consonants are just below that. I put the weightings just below the letter, added everything else up, added up all those weightings, those percentage weightings together. Just double check my math. So it's almost 40% for all the vowels, a little bit over 60% for the consonants. Add those together and comes out to 100.0001. A little bit of rounding error in there, but that works out pretty good. So with those first 20 letters, which again ends at W here, ignoring K, V, X, Z, J, and Q, we put together these 4 words. It took a little bit of time to do this, but I put those 4 words together. And I put these in order too. So I added up all the percentage weightings underneath the letters and put them over here for a total. And I made sure that the word that had the most frequent letters was on top. And charm had the highest score of 26.6%. Followed by fling, doubt, and spooey at 23.9, 23.2, and 23.1. So, if I add up all these values in here, these percentage values for the words that we have over here, and add them up together, it comes out to 96.94%, or just about 97%. That's where that number comes from. And what that implies is that with these 4 words that we chose, we have a 97% chance, after those 4 words, of having all the letters we need in order to solve the Wordle game for the day. Now the 77% is down here, and if we just chose those letters arbitrarily, which is what we typically do, we only have a 77% chance of solving the puzzle, or getting the letters that we need in order to get the puzzle solved. So 77% comes from arbitrarily choosing 20 letters out of 26, and of course 97% is better than 77%. So the last step is to remember your words. Make up a little story is what I would do. And this one could be, for example, applying some charm. Consider a fling. Hold on, you're having some doubts. But spooey. This is kind of a leftover word from everything else. It may not meet our story as it appears to be going. And it's defined as something that's excessively moist, marshy, oozy, even frothy. But you decide. Come up with a story that helps you remember the next time you play Wordle. So it's time to conclude this, and we're going to take this for a final test drive. Then I'll let you go to try it on your own. And also try Quordle. It's Wordle times 4. Take a look at that. That's pretty fun too. Okay, time to take this for a test drive. And remember your words, your story. Remember that story. It's going to help you remember those 4 words. So this is what we do. You type as fast as you can. You kind of get all 4 words out there. But now is not the time to think. You're going to be thinking later. You're just going to be waiting on the computer as you type out these words. So it's going to be a little bit slow for you. And you want to do this as fast as you can because that's fun. So do all 4 words first. And as soon as you get all 5 letters, then stop. This may happen before the 4th word. And then it's time to think. Take your clues and deduce an answer. I also have to admit to you that I've only played a game on this computer once. That was yesterday. So I have a short history. But I got to assure you, I have not played Wordle yet today. I usually get up early in the morning, and after reading the news on my tablet, I jump into Wordle and Quordle too. We'll talk more about that later. Okay, so let's get started. Our 4 words are going to be charm. C-H-A-R-M. A little slow here. You can use a keyboard in front of your computer too if you want to. Got one letter. And then next one is fling. I'm going to type that in a little bit quicker. It's quicker on the keyboard. Oh, get nothing here. So after fling, we're going to have some doubts. So D-O-U-B-T, enter. There we go. We got two more. And then our last one is going to be spooey. Okay, there we go. We got 4 letters. It starts with an S. So we're going to go ahead and type in S. Now's the time to think here. And S and D don't go together, but something else may. So you got to consider 2 things. Maybe a double letter in here, or go ahead and pick from some of the obscure letters we have down here. The Q, the Z, the X, the J, or the K. It could be K, S-K-U-A-D. Squad, no, but S-Q-U-A-D. So let's go ahead and back that up. S-Q-U-A-D, and see how that works. Bang. Bing, bing, bing. We're a winner today. So yeah, here we go. 2, got 100%. And that's how you do it. You want to do this fast. Get your letters down there as quick as possible. And as soon as you get 5 letters, it could be before the 4th word, you begin to deduce with the clues you already have, and you're going to win. You're going to win more often than you would be with a random set of guesses from a very first word, and so on and so forth. So there you go.